Hey, how you guys doing? It's me, San Martin, and it is the Bob's Chronicles, but unfortunately, we are not at the Bob. We are here at the PEO studio in Prescott, Arizona, and I got a special guest, but you're going to have to wait for it because this is how we do it, and it goes like this. I've been down there, looking for the silver lining, but no matter what, they always find it, so maybe you should just get lost. All right, everybody. As you know, we love to go ahead and introduce ourselves to a bunch of people in the Prescott area that is doing something creative and also extraordinary. And this is one of those moments. So you're going to want to hang out and get to know who this lovely person is. Without further ado, tell everybody who you are and what makes you famous.
All right. Well, my name is Ellen Basher. A lot of folks know me as Ranger Ellen. I am a park ranger of the city of Prescott, but I'm also the outdoor learning coordinator for the city, the public school district here, and I work with a lot of different organizations to get kids and families outside learning and exploring.
Whoa. And you know what? The best part about it is that I want to go, but I'm not a Nino. And obviously the name of this is El Ninos.
Nature Ninos, which actually is a name that's both Spanish and English because all of our programs we do with Nature Ninos are in Spanish and English for our families. So, and unfortunately, you're not birth through age 8, but you may have a little at home. If you have a kid who's age 0 to age 8, please come join us for a Nature Ninos event.
Well, what about the opportunity of just being a person that wants to hang out? I mean, I could go ahead and just be like a volunteer.
You can always be a volunteer.
There we go.
Are you good at looking at bugs? Are you good at making mud pies? Are you good at pretending you are a bird? Then yes, these are qualifying skills to work with children in nature.
Who out there knows how to be a bird at the drop of a dime, calling it, I want to be a bird today.
Yeah, all right, let's see it.
I mean, like the ghetto bird.
We'll see if we can let him in. We'll see. Maybe a little more training on that.
All right, so tell everybody a little bit about this program, how it developed, and why are you doing it?
Yeah, so those are great questions, my favorite ones to answer. So Nature Ninos sprung out of a partnership we started 2 years ago with Prescott Unified School District in the city of Prescott, where we launched and opened the Community Nature Center, which is an 18-acre open space preserve, belongs to the city, so it's open to you every day, 7 a.m. to sunset, over by Granite Mountain School and Abaya Judd. And we use this for outdoor learning for the schools, and it's totally evolved into both during school time programs for any school in our community, but also our out of school time programs such as Nature Ninos, which is run through a partnership with County Health, Cooperative Extension, Arizona Children's Association, Natural History Institute, Highland Center, so many people, GEM Environmental, the list goes on. We have a bunch of great partners and we want to get families and kids outside both during school time and out of school time.
That is amazing. Is this a free program by chance?
Absolutely. Everything we do is free. And the reason it's free is the reason why we do this. The research shows that being outdoors is not just a nicety, it's a necessity. This is totally tied to how we develop our brains, how we develop our bodies, and how we develop a lot of our social skills. We have been evolving outdoors for 500,000 to 200,000 years of our human evolution. And then we went inside and we said, whoa, we're having a lot of issues. And research is just catching up to say, hey, there's actually a correlation between that.
And she was saying a lot of issues that is stemming from our new age of technology. I mean, let's just face it, a lot of kids are just like right behind the computer screen doing their video games. And don't get me wrong, I mean, I know that those kind of like do some sort of motor skills, but I think that this one's a little bit better for every function. Tell a little bit about what are the things that you guys do over at Nature Ninos.
Well, we try and integrate the whole child, whole body at the Nature Ninos events or at the Nature Center. We really look at things like going on scavenger hunts every time, where we're engaging all of our senses. We do arts and crafts. We're engaging creative brain. We also do a lot of what's called loose parts play, which is based on a theory by Simon Nicholson, an architect, that that the degree of inventiveness that you can actually have is directly related to what's available to you in the space. So children are able to be more inventive in nature and work those pathways in their brain because nature has so many different things for you to engage with. And it's pretty serious. The benefits are enormous. Right now, we're a part of what's known by a lot of ophthalmologists. I don't actually can say the scientific word for people who study eyes out loud. That's not a word I'm going to say out loud. But among them,
I was like, this word is not the word.
It's OPTH, and that's as far as we're going with it. But basically, we're in an age of a myopia epidemic. So this means that we are seeing increases in nearsightedness in children because they're not getting outside enough to exercise their eye muscles seeing long distances. So it's just one example of that. We don't even need an activity for that. As long as we're engaging, playing, and having a good time in the outdoors, we are actually building parts of our body that can last a lifetime.
Yeah, my eyeballs are doing reckless things, and I'm not trying to blame it on my old age, but kids don't need to be having this issue. So,
but you look good in glasses, so it's all good. Yeah.
I need them in general, so I have no choice whatsoever. I can't. I have astigmatism on my eye, and I can't even get contacts. Even if I try, it's like my eyeballs are like this. There's nothing to hook onto that. So anyway,
and that's only one of the pieces of research. I mean, this is something I'm super excited in. If you follow us on our Nature Ninos page, there's a lot more of that research and information we share, and on the Community Nature Center page, because we want people to make informed decisions for themselves and for their students or their kids when they're deciding what to do with the weekend. Because the unfortunate fact is the average child in America has about 4 to 7 minutes of unstructured time outdoors each day and spends 44 hours a week on a screen. That's a full-time job.
It's a full-time job trying to get Kiki's. She just got a screen, and now she's just like kind of glued to it. But in the past week, she got her tonsils out, so it was kind of like,
poor thing.
It was good because she wasn't able to do much. But at this point in time, it's just like, okay, stop the screen time. Now it's time to go do something curricular. And so she's like, all right, no problem. Boom. And she just like, it's done, So I am very, very lucky on that occasion. I got a picture up right now. This is like it looks like this is a board of just acknowledging how much fun is going on. But as you can see, there's always the one person. There's always one in a crowd that's going to have.
We also have the other problem is sometimes they start to use the stickers for noses and for beards on these smiley faces, but we always want kids' input, and we take parent feedback, kid feedback constantly because that's who we're serving. And if we've added, because of that, story time, we added in a second hike, we've added it in more snacks. So all these kinds of things come from feedback from parents in our community who especially were saying that for our youngest kids, there's not a lot of options for free activities, for outdoor activities. And I mean, infants, they need outdoor time as much as a grown child. That's also part of a baby's healthy development.
Mm-hmm. So I'm actually showing some things off of the page. And if you guys don't know, if you guys want to follow them, down scroll by on the bottom is their handle for Instagram and Facebook. So go over there and follow their pages. This is where I'm getting all these images from. Tell her a little bit about what this little section is.
Oh, well, this is an example of one of our scavenger hunts. And we use scavenger hunts as a great way for families to connect with their kids, but also with our park rangers or our scientists and naturalist staff who lead them to learn how to see how much there actually is down a trail. Because the idea of hiking or going on an adventure can seem pretty daunting if you're dragging, somebody's having a diaper blowout and somebody's having a temper tantrum and somebody is really excited to be there. You're navigating a lot as a parent. And we want you to know that you're with people who understand that, who accept that, and who are actually there specifically to show you how you can play in a super easy way. So we do scavenger hunts where we find things. We do scavenger hunts with colors, with smells, with all sorts of stuff that's developmentally appropriate for your little one, and also fun, because who doesn't want to take home a treasure box full of miscellaneous nature items that your little one found?
Yeah, usually it's in the pocket. You're just like, you're getting ready to do the wash, and all of a sudden, clink, 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 clink. What the heck is that? It's, the collection of rocks.
In mine, it's little rocks and bones. People throw change on the table. I'm throwing pine cones.
So I actually got a little collection of pine cones. Have you ever seen the rose ones? The rose ones?
Yeah, the cedar rose.
Yeah, and then I was out there in California, and the big sequoia Okay, so the
Ooh.
sequoia one,
The Coulter pine.
yeah, I got a nice looking one from there, and then I picked up another one, and I forgot where it came from, but it was like for some crazy reason, I'm like, I like collecting those
Pine
types of
cones are
cones.
cool. I mean,
They
one of the
are.
lessons we do on engineering is about seeds, because seeds are wild. Entire species come from a little seed, like a teeny pine cone you find. Sequoias, the largest tree we have here.
I was actually
The pine
standing
cones
next
are
to
only
it.
that big.
I felt very, very small. Let's go to
Yeah.
the couple comments. John is like, yeah. And John, I don't know if you can go, but you can possibly be a volunteer.
You've got the enthusiasm, John. You're welcome.
So we have a Facebook user. Obviously, we can't see your name on here, but we can probably see it afterwards as soon as we get on Facebook. But they love this. And then this one right here is like, wow, disconnect the kids and get outdoors. And then this one has a question.
Carrie, I love your question too, because that's one we get all the time. So there's a lot of new parents who come to our event. Sometimes they have kids of other ages, and sometimes they just have their little one. But it's actually really important to the brain development of infants to be around other children, watching their expressions, watching their movement, but also to lay and watch light and shadow, which is really key in their development of perception. So a lot of time we have blankets, you put your infant on your legs, there's other folks with infants walking around, we sit, we have talks, we do stories, and all of that's building language pathways in their brain as well. So it's also a good time to meet other parents, so you can say like, my baby does this thing. Is that normal? Does yours do that? Or what time did yours really stop teething? This is still going on. Or, other questions that are personal, and you really can grow from those relationships. So come on down and meet other parents. We're so welcoming, and we love having your littles there. There's so many developmental benefits, even if they can't make a mud pie or do a craft or catch a frog right away.
Yeah, we got a picture of a little one right now. See, checking it out.
Look at those little toes. Yep, we do a lot of that.
Start earlier, that's for sure. I mean, this looks like a great program. I mean, in most regards to, what are we teaching our children now, and what can be taught? And I heard a little thing where you have the ability to go ahead and teach your child up until the age of 5, and then all of a sudden they go into the school system. So having you a part of the Prescott Unified School District, it's kind of like a relief to say, hey,
that's how I met Kiki.
Yeah, let's break up the studying. Don't get me wrong, I like education, but this is actually a lot more fun, I think.
And there's a great connection between learning outside and learning in the classroom. And 100% of the teachers that we have worked with over the past 2 years say their students are more engaged in a lesson outdoors than indoors, right? When you think they're going to be full of wiggles, I mean, we wiggle, that's for sure. But it's really fantastic to bring this into the spaces where the kids are at on their weekends, during school, and ensure that this opportunity, even if there's not time for families on their own time or not time for every teacher, that there's multiple ways we can get them outside, because it's so critical to the development. Also makes learning more fun, and we always want to stay engaged in learning. And then hopefully we become adults like us who still want to get outside and do this rather than, as we know, trying to create behavior change later in life can be so much harder. But when we know that 90% of a kid's brain is the first 5 years of life, that is so critical for us to learn how to play and be in nature.
Yes, it's so huge, and they manipulate you at such a young age. You're just like, I know how to get you to come over here right now.
They're smart cookies.
Yeah, very smart. This is one of the coolest things ever, and I'm so happy that you're being a part of it. How long has this program been going?
So, we've done the Community Nature Center, that outdoor learning initiative, for 2 years now at Prescott Unified School District, and we have done Nature Ninos for a full year. This Saturday, actually, is the last one of 12 trails in 12 months, which we call our quail trails, our most family-friendly trails. And so we have completed a full year cycle, and we're about to start a brand new 12 trails in 12 months. And we're going to do some of our trails again, and we're going to try and showcase some new family-friendly trails in the community. So if you want to know what those are, you can check out Nature Ninos Prescott on the city's website. You can see our whole trail list, our whole schedule, and you can go there also on your own. The list we made will show the amenities there. So if you're like, ooh, is there shade? Is there a flushing restroom? Are there picnic tables? We made all that information for families into one spot. So a year in, it's grown so much. We've got other cities that are interested in things too. So we're down for another year.
Check this out. We got a little flyer up. If you guys want to go ahead and join them, you guys are more than welcome to. And it looks like it's every first Saturday of every month. So obviously, this is the Saturday of the month.
It is.
It is.
We're going to be at Lower Goldwater because they just finished the road down there in the restroom. So it's super welcoming and easy to be at as with your littles, as a parent with littles. So come on down, 10 to noon. You can drop in anytime because we know kids are on their own time schedule when you're trying to get places. And that's exactly why we've made this event the way it is. So come play.
All right. One more time. Do you have to reserve a spot?
Absolutely not. Nature Ninos is totally free. We have anywhere between 60 to 120 children and caregivers that stop by in those 2 hours every first Saturday. You just come join us. We always recommend bringing your own water, even though we have some available. Pack in what your kids need to be outside. You know, that great diaper bag if they're still in diapers. Sometimes it's nice to have your own lawn chair if you want to sit while they're playing. That's totally up to you and your comfort level. But we have all the blankets and activities and everything you'll need, including little snacks to keep us going for those 2 hours together.
And if you guys haven't noticed, on the bottom here, there is an actual scrolling ticker. I'm going to go ahead and just put it on the screen right now. Take a screenshot right now so you can get a hold of her and be able to be a part of this and get on the schedule if you'd like to have any more questions. This is where you'll find her.
Awesome. Yep. Reach out. You know, we also have Instagram for @Community Nature Center. If you're more interested in what's happening over there, we've got a family-friendly wildflower celebration coming up on September 17th. So there's all sorts of ways to get involved and enjoy these free city and district and community services that we like to provide to get everyone outside.
That is amazing. Without further ado, one more time, tell everybody how to get a hold of you.
All right, you can call the recreation department. You can call the school district. You can follow us on Instagram and Facebook. You can follow @Nature Ninos Prescott or @Community Nature Center. Or you can check out our websites, PrescottCommunityNatureCenter.org, or our city's website, which is under our special events, Nature Ninos Prescott.
With that being said, I'm Maddie here. I got things to do, people to see, places to go, and she has to go get to with nature. I'm out of here. We'll see you guys later.
Bye.